Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast about Prince, podcast on Prince. Damn it, I don't even know what the show is called no more, but we talk about Prince here. My name is Michael Dean. We're going to be talking about the new Kim Berry book that just came out. We'll give our thoughts on that. But joining us today, Mr. Bigsexy and Saxer. How are you?
I'm sick.
All right. Damn, you all right over there? You sound mad or something.
No.
Exactly.
No, I'm cool.
All right, we just doing a show, sir. We just doing a show. All right, also joining us today is Kanisa, all the way from Muse to the Pharaoh. How you doing, Kanisa?
I'm okay. I'm hungry, so yeah, we'll see how this goes.
All right. And our special guest today, I believe he's in LA today, Mr. Dave Hampton. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great, but I'm on the phone with sick, tired, and hungry. So,
man, y'all gonna make me look bad.
Yeah,
everybody's sick, tired, or hungry. God damn. Well,
man, do y'all read the book too?
Wow. It's starting early. All right.
Just kidding, folks.
Well, let's just we don't want to waste no time. I know the people want to hear what we thought. Now, I want to start with Kanisa. Kanisa, you have actually one of the first reviews that I saw of the book online. So I want to hear your thoughts on Kim Berry's book, Diamonds and Curlz.
Yeah, so I was one of the ones who actually donated to the GoFundMe back in the day, because I had met Kim a couple of times around Minneapolis, like right after everything happened, and she seemed very, personable and nice and everything. I was like, yeah, I'll support her. So the book I was expecting to be, because, I'm a natural hair person, I wanted to hear about hair products, cute stories and things like that based on what she was telling people, and it turned out to be not quite that. It started cool because you're hearing about how she became a hairstylist and how that worked for her in her past, and then it turned into a little bit something else, because I noted in my review there's talking about things that happened to you, and then there's talking about things that you saw, your perspective of things that you saw. And when you're writing books like that, it's very important to more talk about your situations that you had a direct influence or things that happened to you, rather than kind of like talking of kind of just saying what you saw, because it comes across as gossip or hearsay. And I feel like it kind of fell in that later category. So I was disappointed from an overall point of view, because I didn't get to know what I wanted to hear about. It's not the reason why I got her book.
All right, interesting. Did you enjoy the book, or did I'm going to ask you this: how did it stack up to other Prince books that you have read?
For books like that, I always hold my thesis to standard, because as much as it was about her and how she interfaced with Prince, but it wasn't about. She didn't spend a lot of time talking about he did this and that and this, of stuff she wasn't involved in. So the balance was there. And for the other kind of like girlfriend books or things like that, it was about the same. I'm thinking of The Purple Rained on Me by Mickey White. I kind of put her on the caliber of Kim's book, because it was a lot of her perception of what she saw and talking about other things that she saw or other people who were around, but it wasn't about her. So I kind of put that on the same level. All right. And it was just as, scandalous as well.
Okay. Bigsexy. Sir,
Yes.
what did you think of the book? What were your takeaways and thoughts?
Well, there are a lot of things around this book that were, kind of weighing it. I don't say weighing it down, but that were already talking about. That was terrible English too. The main concern that I had was the length. If you're going to talk about a relationship, friendship, business, or otherwise, that lasts 29 years, it should take a lot more than 121 pages. Of those pages, 20 or so are pictures, and of the remaining pages, I'd say 35% is one particular story that I'm not going to get into. Having said that, I don't think she made it personable enough. When she opened up talking about, California and high school and how she got into hair and who introduced her, that was good because it was talking about her. And it's like Nisi said, then it becomes, well, I heard this and I heard that. No, that's not for you to get into. And it didn't span enough time for me. Again, we have a 29-year relationship. There are so many things that I was expecting to hear about that I did not hear about. And I'll go a step further. Part of it, the one story that took the bulk of the book, a lot of that could have been plagiarized. Yeah, I said it because it was available in another setting. I noticed at the end of the book, there's a long list of donors and whatnot through the GoFundMe apparatus that she had set up. And I've never done a crowdsourcing thing before, but if you're going to produce a book and you're going to rack up all this money, and I don't know what her goal was, I don't know what she got, but they could have done a better job than this. Now, I only saw the book through the PDF Kindle format. Someone's knocking at my door, and I don't give a shit. And a lot of the pictures just looked grainy and just didn't look right. Now, if that changes in the print version, so be it. But as far as the print version goes, if a consumer is going to pay $25 for a 121-page book, that's a problem for me. That's a big problem.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give my thoughts, and I'm gonna go to Dave, because I think Dave, I have an interesting perspective. So I want to end with him on just the thoughts. But in terms for me, I was excited to read the book. Like, I was really anticipating wanting to read this. Obviously, Kim has been on this show before. She's, to me, was always a great storyteller, and her personality. So I was just like, I can't wait to see, she goes in depth and really, put some good stuff in this book. And, I wasn't a donor and that type of thing, but it appeared on the Kindle on the 17th, and it was a part of the free Kindle plan. So I didn't have to pay for it per se. Loaded it up, jumped in. And at first I was like, this is okay. This is kind of cool. It's going into her history of, a young lady, South Central, going to school. And I was relating to some of that stuff because I liked, was sort of that early kind of, I could see like how the hip hop thing was sort of in the background of a lot of things we were going through during those years. And, she's talking about her relationships and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is cool. You're going to really get to see the journey of, her kind of going through her thing. And some of this I had heard before.